Oh, that sun is beautiful today on December the 30th. Have you done your New Year's resolutions? I have. Let's go inside and I'll tell you all about them because they're all about the allotment. Of course, in some countries, resolutions made every 1st of January last about a day, maybe a week, a month. But let's say my resolutions are going to be more objectives, targets, goals. 10 resolutions. 10. And they're all about the allotment. The joy of my life. It's my DeLonghi compost maker. Although they come out brown, the coffee grounds are actually considered green waste because of the amount of nitrogen that they actually have. So I have a couple a day, but that's all I allow myself because of the cost of living. Here's my big bag of budget coffee beans up on the work surface there. And my toaster where 90% of my meals come from. Beans on toast, jam on toast. That's life for a vegan that's got no money. Right, so what are my 10 resolutions? So I'm going to make them smart objectives rather than resolutions. So coffee. Sometimes if I'm feeling really luxurious, I'll froth up some oatmeal and pour it in to make a latte. So the smartness of my goals, hopes, ambitions, plans, resolutions should become clearer as I explain them. So let's go through to the sofa and we'll start on the first one. One of the biggest changes I'm going to make is I'm going to plan and prepare the videos with a lot more detail and thought. So I've been whacking out the videos in an effort to clear the backlog. Now that we're moving into a new year, it is going to be a much more important opportunity to prepare and get more professional and interesting videos. The slapstick comedy that I've had before, just throwing stuff together willy-nilly in a haste to upload it, won't get the monetization and retention values that I need for the future. So this is an attempt to actually improve on the quality and interest and retention levels. Of course, it would always be nice to do the recording down here on the allotment, but sometimes the weather can be a little bit cooperative. And of course there's always the traffic to contend with. So sometimes recording at home or doing the voiceovers might be the only option. So what it will mean is that the actual videos will be produced with less rambling, more consideration to interest and content. Yes, I do have a greenhouse in my bedroom. It's obviously not assembled yet. This is the one item out of all the 10 resolutions that I'm making that I've already spoken about, using the money that I got from the government for the cost of living to get a greenhouse. And it's a 6x6 and it will be erected. Just hang on, focus, giddy, I'm on the green screen, giddy. Yeah, so this will be assembled just outside the bungalow. So I'll be making 2 guides about the greenhouse. The reason I chose this particular one and some facts about greenhouses that might help you choose which one to get in the future. And the second one will be me erecting the one that I've actually got that you've just seen. And that'll be sometime in January. So hopefully those guides will help people not make the same mistakes I've made. Very important for me for 2023 is that I start thinking about monetization. I'm a long way away, or so it seems, from YouTube monetization. I need another 800 subscribers, just under a fifth of the way there. Everything else on the list that I need for monetization on YouTube is about there. But it's just the subscribers, and those I'm sure will build up as long as I get part 1 of my resolutions right and produce good videos to upload. So monetization I can actually do in a couple of ways. One of them is what you're looking at on the screen here, which is the Amazon Associates. And basically when I talk about things I've bought for the allotment, I can actually put a link below which, if you like what you've seen and want to buy it, will actually give me a small revenue in the way of gift vouchers, or at least a credit voucher on Amazon that I can use to buy something for the allotment at a later date. Now, the other way I'm going to beg for funds to improve the allotment and make better videos is I'm going to use one of the Buy Me a Coffee services. This particular one is called Ko-fi Coffee. There is another one called Buy Me a Coffee and so forth. But basically you don't get coffees delivered to your doorstep. It's just a way of donating small amounts of money, just to say, keep the effort going, improve what you're doing and things. Apparently a lot of people have actually paid for their entire seed content for a year through kind donations. So it's just a little way I'm going to try to actually enhance the allotment and this channel into making more and better videos. There's so much I'd like to buy, trust me. So monetization. Next on my little list is social media. This is my Instagram account, which I've had for quite a while. I started it when I started playing computer games and uploading those, which you'll see in other playlists on YouTube. And it was all before my breakup with my family. This gorgeous young lady here that you see is actually my daughter. Genevieve, she's lovely. And you can see some of the vegan meals I used to prepare for the family, and an occasional exercise photo. But yeah, so this I've had this to say for some time, but in 2023 I am going to try to take a Instagram photo every time I go down to the plot and show you what I'm doing or ask a question, and so on and so forth. So I'll leave a link to my Instagram account, although it is just beakaysstreaming after Instagram. I'll leave it in the description below, so you can come and join me. I don't have many followers, and I don't follow very many people, so it'd be great to see a few more people down there. The second one I'll be doing is later in the year. I'm a great fan of Discord. And Discord itself is a community social media, mostly used by a lot of gamers, but also by clubs and other organisations to chat. And it's got a lot of great things in there, such as you can actually share your screen with people while you're doing something. You can have voice and video calls. You can users. It's free to join. You can either use it on your web browser, or you can download. This is an app, so you can actually have it on like a phone or an iPad or on your computer, MacBook. It's multi-platform. You can really upload your own photos and show people what you're doing, get interaction. and so on and so forth. So it's a great platform, and I'll be launching this later on when I'm 100% sure that I've got it all set up, so that not only am I protected, but everybody that joins is as well. And it is one of the most secure platforms for interchange. And if you can imagine, there's a lot of gamers out there and not all of them are scrupulous. Discord is a great secure method to interact with other people, and I hope so for the plot as well, and allotments, and grow your own. I hope everything in there is really going to be useful for everybody to join in and converse. And I'll actually do a separate video when the server's ready to show you how to join and really just introduce you to it. So watch out for that sometime in the future. Also contoying, we're starting a blog, a proper blog with written text, because not everybody wants to watch half hour, 40 minutes of video on an episode, and sometimes people just want to have something visual to read. I do. I read a lot of blogs and allotment forums. So again, a blog will also help actually monetize some of what we're doing, because I can actually show you images of the tools with a link to Amazon if I've bought it from there. And I'm hoping as later on, as time goes by and my subscribers and view times go up, I might even get sponsorship. That'd be nice. So another of my resolutions for 2023 is to try a plot to plate assortment of recipes. So let's try out some recipes, because as you remember, I'm a vegan, and the other quirky thing is that I don't use the oven. So there's the oven. I've never cooked on it. I've never even turned it on. Well, that's a lie. The instructions said turn on the hobs when you first get it for a few seconds, but I've had it a year now, and as you see, it's still in absolute pristine condition. I haven't used it. This is my weapon of choice. It's the Ninja Foodie. It's the one with the smart lid, 15 different functions. Let's give it a quick. That's right, it's like a bit like Concord starting up. It takes a lot to get it going. There we go. So it's got normal function with different types of fry, prove-in, slow cook, steam, or just like you can use it like a saucepan with a sear saute function. It's got a steam for doing bread, baking, meals, or it's got a pressure cooking option as well. So you can also dehydrate in it as well, which will be very, very useful when we get stacks of tomatoes or herbs and such like. Quite looking forward to the year with my Ninja. So that's the next resolution. The other thing is, of course, that I do have a microwave, very basic one. Just turn the dial and away it goes. So I'll also be cooking with the microwave in conjunction with the Ninja. So it should be an interesting and economical, of course. A polytunnel. So polytunnel would look nice here maybe, or across there, but definitely there's plenty of opportunity to have such a thing here. Now unfortunately, of course, I'm broke, no employment, only living on benefits. However, if I manage to put some aside each month, I might be able to get something very basic within a few months. Now if you look around on this site, you will notice there are no permanent polytunnels at all. There's a few that go up during the summer months and autumn months, but there's actually no polytunnels at all. And that's because we get very, very strong gusty gales here, straight off the North Sea, from the north, which is that direction. So if I do have put anything up, it will have to be of a very resilient nature. It depends on the amount of money, of course, I have. it'd be nice to have the government give us a lot more money, which they may do. There is a discussion that the current, because of the ongoing cost of inflation and living standards issues, the government may actually donate more money to households without high incomes and with where the people suffer from disabilities, and I am in that group. So it may be that I can actually get a polytunnel the same way I got the greenhouse, which would be great. If not, it will mean a couple of options: buying a cheap one, maybe trying to make it sturdier, because certainly a cheap one won't last very long in this type of weather. By cheap, I don't mean like shoddy, I just mean an inexpensive one, such as the one that you see just over my shoulder here, this one. That's what I call relatively cheap. That was under £100, and it is just like less than I think it's 20mm steel tubing, and that will just buckle and break. I mean, the sort of polytunnels that would survive up here will probably take more like scaffolding tubing than less than 1-inch mild steel. So yeah, that's going to be one of the hopes, is the polytunnel. So down to 3. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it'll have to be a quite a strong pre-built or pre-made one. The other alternative is for me to actually build it myself, using cheap timber, offcuts, anything, and then getting like a polytunnel plastic to go over the top. There are companies that supply them, and there is actually a very good blog the Jessie at Plot 37, who made her own, and she's got all the plans and suppliers actually listed on the video, and I'll actually link that in the description below. So yeah, polytunnel down to 3 to go. So 3 to go. Of the 3, the easiest one to talk about is relaying this path, this green path just above me here, because if you look, it's actually at a funny angle. So you can see the hedge going down there. It actually travels at an angle. If we walk across here on the path, you can see that this goes in a straight line down to the end, but this path is at an angle going in this direction in comparison. So what I'd like to do is try to actually even it up and have more of a squarer bed. I don't know why, I just want to. It's just one of these things. So I'm looking at these this to be the new path, obviously going down all the way to the end. So all of this part would be dug out and would become part of that bed, and the grass from there can come across, and I'll flatten this a bit and make this path. I mean, it just means using more of the outer edges of the plot which haven't been utilised so far. All that was going to be along here anyway was going to be flowers and things, so there's no reason why I can't turn it into a grass path. It is technically still part of my plot. So that's a very easy one, and I'll probably get that started in January. My next resolution is actually this fruit tree and bush area. I mean, it's functional, it has fruit and tree bushes in, and it'll be wait to see how effective and producing they are. But to me, grass on an allotment, it's not ideal for me. I would much rather see it used for something else. So what I may do is no dig bed it. Basically I'm going to lay cardboard and then put soil and compost over the top rather than dig the grass out. So I'm going to no dig it and then use it for annual crops, lettuce, spring onions, things like that, things that will grow quite easily on top of cardboard on soil with very little depth. And we'll see how that goes for this year. We're on to the last resolution now. Joy. So we're on to the last resolution now, and this is going to be one of my favourites actually. It's one of my mind settling things, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the composting area, which is going to be vital to my plans for revitalising the plot. And what I'm considering is, we have two large bins here. This first one's full of compost, which is very woody and does need turning and mixing with other types of compost. As you see, it's not breaking down much. There's not much green compost in there to provide heat and things. And this is the leaf mould, which is doing its thing. And of course there's lots of woods and bags and other compost bins, and I really don't like the mess. I don't like it. It doesn't fall within my, you know, my nice straight lines parameters thing. So what I'd like to do is to move these two bins right up against this fence here. So dig all this out, flatten it off, maybe start the bins about this stump here and go forward, and they'll finish about here. And then these bins, the Daleks, can go in a nice line across this gap here, because although these hedges will grow back, they're never going to be really thick and resilient like obviously this bush here and the others when they get growing back. So and then you know, see how it looks. So if we move these to the actual fence and move the Daleks over there, all of this space would be clear. So then these the shed and the toolbox could move into here. I'd say perhaps where the bags are, or at very worst where these bins are, and then that's all that area clear for more growing. So that's the biggie plan, and I just have to work out when would be the best time to do it, and how long it will take me. One of the biggest issues, of course, is the bank would need digging out. If you have a look, you can see how much earth I've removed and how much it will take to flatten off. It would probably need to be as flat as that. So there's a good lip here. I'm not too worried though, because the earth from there will go and be the no dig bed over on the fruit patch. So there's a use for all this soil, but as you see, it'll make it look a lot nicer with the Daleks along here and the bins over there and all this lot clear. So that's the plan. So that's my 10th and final resolution for 2023 for the allotments. So a quick recap and then we're done. That's about it. 10 resolutions for 2023. We'll see how long they last. Of those, obviously some are going to be easily measurable. Moving the shed and compost bins, we'll know that when it's done. Moving the path, quite easy. Not so much the no dig bed around the fruit, but we'll see how that one goes. Getting the polytunnel and putting up the greenhouse, obviously we'll know instantly when that's been achieved. Of the others, well, they're ongoing, so we'll see how we get on with those. I hope I'm not making another revision in Easter or maybe at the start of the summer to say about those resolutions. So, coffee. So that's it. 2022 has ended. 2023 is beginning. I want to wish you Pixels and myself would like to wish you a fantastic 2023. Have a great growing season. Have a great composting season. And thank you all very much for your support, comments, likes, subscriptions. And I'm hoping 2023 is going to be better. And I will really, really want to share the journey with you. So have the best time, and I'll see you soon.